Hey peeps, I'm Rick Roberts, and welcome to the Soul Movement Seminar. Thank you so much for all those who trained with me before this. We're going to continue our topic of happiness. Now, if you weren't around for the previous conversations on happiness, we learned that happiness isn't just an emotion, it's a state of mind. We also learned that there is a perception cycle. What you perceive is your reality. And inside that perception cycle, how you think, how you feel, how you behave, this all makes up your perception and helps bring forth your reality. Okay? We learned about the two different types of happiness: the natural happiness, when things go the way that you dreamed it and hoped it would go. Then we learned about synthetic happiness, when you learn to find the bright side, even though it may not go the way you hoped it to. Maybe the love of your life didn't work out. Maybe the job promotion you got fired from, your house, you lost your house. You find the bright side when it doesn't go the way you want it to. And we also learned about how there are neural pathways that help with your positive side and the negative side. So basically, one leans towards your anger and your disappointment, and one leans towards your happiness and joy. And so, what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit more about this whole topic of happiness, and we're going to go a little bit more into what it is you want out of life. Okay? So, just to do a little bit more of a dig into the neural pathways, what I was saying to you is that sometimes we find that we lean more towards, either positive or negative. And if you find that you're leaning towards the negative side, you're seeing the glass as half full, it's not stuck that way. You can actually change this. It takes a little bit of work, and it takes a lot of consistency. But if you do that, you can find that instead of seeing things so negative, you can actually see things a bit more positive. And so the best way to start this practice is by looking at what you're grateful for. Now, you can be grateful for just about anything. It could be as superficial as you want, it could be as deep as you want it to be. And what I want you to do right now is to actually practice this. If you have a pen and paper, write down three things that you're grateful for. If you don't have a pen and paper, you can use your notes on your phone. Just three things that you're grateful for, and we'll be able to start the process of building up those neural pathways to be stronger for you to lean towards the positive. So, in case you're not sure what I'm talking about, the way that you lean towards a positive or negative is that whenever you experience something, your first response is either negative or positive. Sometimes it can be neutral, but most likely it's negative or positive. Oh, I didn't quite like how that tasted. It needed a bit of salt. Or, oh, you know what? Even though it needed salt, it was still really well done. I mean, look at how it was displayed. A lot of work went into that. That's how fast that whole reaction can go. You're sitting there, you're watching a movie. Oh, the trailer showed everything. Or you're like, oh, you know what? Even though the trailer showed everything, there was a lot of good, twists and turns in there along the way I didn't even expect. That was, it was a good movie. And so it's as quick as that. When you experience something, what is your initial response? Are you positive about it? Are you negative about it? And if you're negative, you have to work on being thankful about something inside that experience to be able to lean towards the positive. Okay? So, do you got your three things down? Still writing? Okay, all right. So basically, like I said, it could be as superficial as you like it to be. Some people will say, you know what, I'm very thankful and grateful for my calves. I have, lovely calves. It's usually the ladies who say this. Guys, don't worry about it. Ladies say, I have beautiful calves. When I wear my shoes, my legs are just, oh. And so some people say, the guys who say, I have some really nice arms. I have really nice, chest, whatever. You can be as superficial as you want, or you can be as deep as you want, where you say, you know what, I'm very grateful about how strong my resilience is. I grew up in a really difficult childhood, and in spite of my childhood, I have this drive in me. I have this dog in me that refuses to quit, and I'm going to keep fighting for what I know I need to get and what I deserve. And so, as you look at what you're grateful for, if you go deep, you're able to then hold on to something and be able to burn those positive neural pathways inside your brain to be able to lean back towards the positive. Okay? So, just three things. It can be as superficial or as deep as you want. In case you still need some help, you can also look at what you have, what you've been able to obtain, what you've been able to achieve, who you are as a person, your ethics. You can, be grateful for anything. Um, so that's what we're going to look at right now is what are you grateful for? And then once again, going a little bit deeper into synthetic happiness. Now, like I said to you before, synthetic happiness isn't just faking it until you make it. You have to look at the situation and you have to find the good. And once you find that good, you have to own that good. If you don't own it, your brain's going to know that you're not serious. And it's going to say, you don't really believe that. And since you don't really believe that, you're not going to be able to rebuild and reprogram that brain to be able to find the good in it. You're going to be secretly miserable. And it usually manifests yourself over a period of time where you find that your frustration is just always around. Little things just constantly get to you. And it's because you said that you were happy about one thing when you really didn't believe that. And so it stayed in the background, growing bigger and bigger. And it pushed all these surface things closer towards your irritation level to be snappy, to be cranky, to be short. And so look at your life. Look at your real inward workings and see, are you a bit more frustrated than usual? Are little things setting you off faster than they normally would? Maybe it's because you said you were happy about something, but you really didn't believe it. You didn't really own that choice. And so you're letting that main thing trigger these other little things, and it makes you irritated, it makes you angry a lot faster, and it's hijacking your happiness. So one of these things I want to remind you is that happiness isn't the emotion. You can feel happy, but feeling happy isn't the same as happiness. Happiness is a state of mind where you choose to stay in joy, where you choose to find the good. You choose to be content with what you have, with who you are, with what you've done, and what you will do. You have that confidence there that you are at peace. That's happiness. Okay? And so being happy is where you just feel elated. You might have, a little rapid speed in your heart. You might feel a bit flushed. You might have your muscles tense in a good way. You might find that your voice gets higher and you just feel really excited. So that's the general feeling of happy versus happiness. And so another thing that you can use to help cement you is you need to find different memories that will help you to be grateful when things go bad. And one of the things I look towards is I look towards the day I got married. I look towards the day that Richie was born. I remember how I had such a great support from my White Cloud Church fam. Hello, shout out to you guys. And I just look at all the different people who've invested in me over the years and who surprised me with their support. And that helps me to be able to be happy when to find my happiness when I feel that the world is starting to weigh me down. My biggest asset is my relationship with God. When I feel that the world is weighing me down and it feels like I'm starting to become anxious or stressed or depressed, I look at the fact that God said he loves me, that he has sent his son to die on the cross for me, and that he said that he gave me a spirit of power and love and a sound mind, not a spirit of fear and timidity. And so when I look at that and when I see what he's done in my life, it helps remind me that no matter what stress I'm going through, it's going to pass. No matter how bad it seems, it's not that bad because I've been through worse. He's brought me through worse, and he's going to continue to use me to be an example or to help reach people for his great name. And so that's my relationship with God. You might have something similar. You might have something different where you say, you know what, my grandmother has been a great support system. My parents, my friend, my husband, my wife, my brother, my sister, my best friend has always been there for me. You can use that and have confidence and have joy in the fact that you have bonds that are there. Now, there may be one or two of you out there that feels that you have no support system. You feel like you have no one that loves you, no one that cares about you, and you can't find anything to be grateful for or thankful for in your life. What I want to let you know is this. It is easy to let the negative voices to drown out the positive. It is easy to let the lie tell you that you're not valuable, that you're worthless, that there is nothing good, that no one cares, and you're just taking up space. It is easy to hear those voices. It is easy to give in to that if you do not strengthen your mind and you don't have a process to pull from, a process, a group of information that you can use to help uplift you in spite of this negative talk. And when this happens, it's easy to feel that the weight of the world is on your shoulders, and it's easy to feel like this darkness will never end. What I want to say to you is this: I know you may feel this way, and your feeling, like I said, is your reality. But we need to look at facts. Yes, you may have done some terrible things in your past. Yes, people may have lied to you, cheated from you, stole from you. They could have done so many different things to you. But my question to you is this: do you want this feeling to continue? Do you want your life to continue like this? If you don't want your life to continue like this, you can change it. Through the studies that I'm showing you, your brain is able to be reprogrammed how you want it to be by putting the work in one step at a time. You can reprogram your brain and you can find happiness. You do not have to stay here in sadness and anxiety and depression. You don't have to stay there. All you need to do is try, wholeheartedly try to use this information that I'm giving you. Now, once again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional. I've seen some research, and I'm bringing the information to you to see if you can get some use out of it. I found use in it. I'm hoping this will help you. You can try this. And if this doesn't work for you, keep trying, keep searching, and you will find happiness. But if you continue to stay in your misery and you give up and you allow this negativity to take over, it's one of those things where you have to go for it. Now, I said before, happiness is like the elusive butterfly. If you chase it down, it's gone. What I simply mean is this: when it comes to your state of mind, you have to choose joy. If you don't choose joy, the darkness will consume you. That is a conscious choice. When bad times come, you have to choose joy. That is not what, similar to what I was saying before about chasing and pursuing happiness. Because that pursuit of happiness is where you think you have to go and acquire things to be able to become happy for your happiness. Acquiring things doesn't give you happiness. You fixing and building your character will help you to maintain happiness. That's the difference. Things don't give you happiness. Your inner character, your inner mind, and the way that you build that will help you to hold on to that happiness when it comes and lands in your hand. It will help you to live in the moment instead of living in depression and negativity. That's the difference of what I'm talking about here. And I want to give you this information today because I know that depression is real. I know that anxiety is real. And I know that sadness is crippling. And I know that sometimes you feel so lonely, especially when you're on lockdown and you have no one to spend time with, nowhere to go. You can feel super lonely and depressed. When you're on lockdown with people that you care about, but you're fighting all the time, you think that, oh, wow, did I make a mistake with this person? Is my marriage really a sham? Was I deceiving myself all this time? We're not going to make it. It is easy to think negatively and to give into that and to lose your happiness because you're in this tight space and your tempers are flying and you're feeling like they don't understand you, they don't get you, and they're trampling on you. These things are real. And this is the best time to try to find your character that's going to help you to maintain your happiness. This is going to reveal all the weakness inside your character, inside your relationships, so that way you can be able to fix them in such a way where your happiness can still continue in spite of hard times. That's what this whole seminar is about giving you the life skills to be able to weather the storms when hard times come, and for you to be true to yourself. Be able to see that you are loved by God and that He has a plan for you, and that you do not have to listen to the lies of the evil one that says that you're worthless and that life is not going to get better. You can choose to be stronger. You can choose to live the life that you are meant to live. You have to be willing to put the work in. You have to be willing to put the work in, because sometimes we sit there and we wait for a hero to come by and to fix it for us. Certain things you need to fix yourself. I can want the best for you with everything in me, but if you don't want it, you won't have it. That's just the way life is. And I'm sorry if this became a little preachy, but I love you, I care about you, and I want you to know that you're valuable and that your happiness does not have to depend on things. It doesn't have to depend on achievements. It's already here waiting to come out. You are a wonderful person, and you have great things that you can offer to the world. Let the world know that you love them and that you can make a difference. You can make a difference, but you need to believe it. If you don't believe it, then you never will achieve it. Like I said, what you perceive is your reality. And so I want you to perceive this. You can use synthetic happiness to find happiness in spite of what went down in your past. In spite of, you might have lost your job just recently. You might not have a paycheck coming in. You might be furloughed from employment, furloughed from money. You might not have got the money you thought you were going to get from the government. You may find that life is falling apart all around you, but you can still choose joy and still find happiness in the midst of the storm. And the biggest way to get that is by embracing the one who loves you, the one who made you, and the one who's always there by your side, no matter what comes your way. And that's God. God loves you. He has power to give you, to help you to stand in the storm. And He will get you through this. This will not break you. You are stronger than this moment. I believe in you. You have to believe in yourself. So that is this section on happiness. What we're going to do over the next coming weeks, just to remind you, we're on a bi-weekly schedule. I'm going to start to help do a diagram that you can do to figure out your values, to figure out your beliefs, to figure out your talents, your skills, to find out what your struggles are, to find out what you can do with your talents and skills. We're going to look into all that in the coming weeks, in the coming months. So please continue to tune into this. If you can't find it on the live stream, that's fine. Look for the videos. I have them on YouTube now. I have them on my Facebook page. Continue to like and follow the Rick Roberts page, the Seventh Day Grace Community page, and you get all the updates on the videos. And yeah, I'd love for you to grow from this. If you're having great things happen already, please private message me. Let me know. I'd love to be part of your journey. And yeah, hang in there. Tomorrow we're going to have a sermon at 3:30, and then we're going to have our final fitness session at 7 o'clock. And that fitness session is called Motion. It's a high-impact cardio workout. We're going to have a great time moving to the beat to close out the week. And so I'd love for you to join me for those two events. Once again, sermon at 3:30 on Saturday afternoon, and then we're going to have a fitness class at 7 o'clock in the evening. So I'm Rick Roberts, and you stay classy. Bye.